Hi Aquarius, welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. It's a little bit darker. It's going to be brighter when I show you the cards, but due to the light in here, it's a bit dark. What picks up me. Today's the 20th of November, and I've asked for this reading to be from around mid-month November to around mid-month December, so somewhere in that vicinity. It's a general reading, as I said, which could include career, health, finances, money. Every once in a while, there's a little love seeping in. For yesterday's Capricorn that I did, it was like a full-blown love reading. So I never really force anything to go in any direction. I set the intention, though, for it to be general career-driven. But let's see what comes out. I'm first pulling a life purpose card for you to just get an overall story, and then we're going to go deeper and see what else is going on for you. So life purpose card, is that it? That was it for Aquarius. Author. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. That's quite frank. That's quite in your face, I would say. It's not too much like, what could that mean? It literally is that you have something to say and you need to express it. Does it necessarily have to be through writing? It doesn't necessarily have to be through writing. It can be through music. It can be through art. It can be through like an expression. It can be dance. But if you feel like you have something inside you that you're just longing to express, really try to follow that impulse. Then we're going to get into the basic of your energy for the upcoming month with the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by Holland. All of these decks that I'm using, if you're interested in that, is listed. I'm getting better and better at listing them down below in the description box. So what else is going on for you, Aquarius, for the upcoming month? We're just about to step into Sagittarius season, and we have a little bit of eclipse happening. Content and boredom flipped, but it didn't come out, so maybe some of you guys are a bit discontent and bored at the moment. Let's see what is going to come out here. One more card is what we want. Basis. Wow, what's going on with you, Aquarius? So first we have patience and planning. So maybe that's why you're a bit bored, because you need to wait on something right now. Not much happening forward. So I see this as something that you're building, like something that you want to see, because this is sort of like a blueprint, like a sketch. And this next one is sort of the finished product. And when we get this patience and planning, it's all about like, take your time, don't rush anything. Look at any contracts that you're about to sign for the upcoming month. Like thoroughly, look at them very thoroughly. It's a red border, so it's something about laying a new foundation. You're laying a new foundation. Probably this feels more career-wise than anything else. It can literally be that you're like building a house. You're waiting to get clearance on building a house. And then I see this night sky, this very beautiful night sky that you're like city lights and night sky. That's interesting. I've never seen that in this card ever before. And how, like, if you're thinking about moving more towards the country, like towards the countryside where we have more lights, it's not more lights, more stars. We don't have more stars in the countryside. However, you can see them. Like when it's dark out, you can actually see the night sky. If you're in the city, like every city light is sort of gonna interrupt that night sky, those beautiful stars. So I don't know if you're we can go deeper here and clarify what this is about. But if this is about thinking about a move, like where to move to and whether to stay in the countryside or whether to go into the city, like there's something about maybe you need to see the night sky, like the quiet, the calm that comes with the countryside, rather than the pulse and the lights and the noise, the constant noise that's going on in the city. So I feel like there's a choice for some of you guys, like where you want to live. But we can go deeper and find out. I just realized that we have two number 7 on the table. I didn't see that. And I think you're the gazillionth zodiac sign that I'm doing, obviously the 11th. But almost every sign, this time, this general read round has been, almost every sign has started out like with the basis with either 4 4 7 7. We have had another 7 7. 4 4 6 6 3 3. It's like, it's amazing. So that's like an alignment thing that is sort of going through all the readings this time around. It's very interesting. So the 7 7 indicates a finishing. Welcome any newcomers. You're going to hear my cake story for the first time. You people that have been with me for a while, here's my cake story. Through life, you just gathered enough information. You gather enough beautiful things, understanding, wisdom, ingredients that you want to put into a cake. And then you put this cake in the oven, and the oven needs a bit of time to make this cake. And then it's all about taking it out and enjoying it. And with the 2 number 7 here, it really is talking about that it's time to take it out and enjoy it. Although with this discontent and boredom and that flip but didn't come out, and then this patience and planning, we're going to clarify it to see exactly where you're at. I think you're like when it's 3 minutes left on the cake, though there are a strong indicator with the 7 there that 007. But that's a 007. Just thinking about James Bond there for a minute. I don't know why. So maybe James Bond have significance for some of you guys. Yeah. So the indicator here is that we're soon, because we both have like there's 7 7 coming out here, and so we're soon seeing the result. And I think you need to just be patient. Until the cake really gets ready. And then we have deception and envy. So I don't know what this energy is about, because usually this card, when this comes out, it has sort of been my card for the mask is coming off. Like it's just full truth going on. It's just the mask is coming off. There's no more hiding. There's no more secrets. There's no more, whether this is you keeping secrets or not telling the full story to others, or whether you felt that others are keeping secrets or not telling the full story for you. The mask is coming off. Like we're starting to tell the truth. So we're gonna go deeper here and find out of each of these cards, because this is a bit confusing energy still, like where you're at here. So some clarification here for the patience and planning. This is the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. Clarify this patience and planning, please. Maybe we don't want another card. We don't. Okay. Nurture yourself and those you love, the ability to make anything more beautiful, practical and wise advice. So this is the Queen of Ariel, and she's all about making anything and everything more beautiful. She wants to like put her touch on anything, like make anything, like this little thing we can upgrade this little thing, we can set this table in a way more beautiful way. She's all about the beauty, like all about making life more beautiful. And it's not necessarily looks very materialistic in this card, and I'm not saying in any way that materialistic stuff is wrong. I'm just saying It's not just about that. It's also about like if there's a connection to certain people, she's all about making that connection more beautiful. If there's any type of support, if she can give any type of support in some way, she's gonna go like all out to make that support happen. She doesn't really expect much in return. Never, in fact. And there's something with that, to sort of start to expect something in return. Like whatever you're sending out is going to come back. And I think perhaps you're not too keen, actually, to get the help back or to get the support back. I don't know if you feel like, I mean, Aquarius is such a self-sufficient, blazing the new trail, like being very innovative, go down the path where nobody else has ever gone before. It's very much your, like, the general theme for the Aquarius energy. But this is like, maybe perhaps it's good for you to start to practice to receive a bit of help, receive a bit of support. If there's compliments thrown your way, to accept them, to embrace them, open your heart and embrace them. So this comes out under patience and planning. So what I'm getting is that in the meantime, while you're waiting for your ship to come in, to just keep the enthusiasm high and just expect the very best thing to happen. And like, that's what you can do. You can make anything beautiful. You can make anything exciting while you're waiting for your ship to come in. I hope that makes sense. And then this deception and envy. Can we clarify that as well? It's Ariel, and we have the second Ariel coming out here. So it's all about love, and I think it's the love for yourself. And here it says, an excellent opportunity will be offered to you, scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. So this is the clarifier for this deception and envy. In one way, it doesn't make sense. It's okay. So I believe that you're the one that is taking the mask off, like the mask is coming off. You're trying to reveal the true self, the true you, the real you, and not putting like a facade on, or not putting, and it's not even like, it's not about being fake or about lying or about, the mask is a shield. I feel like it's a shield, and it's like, okay, so the shield, it doesn't need to be there anymore. And it's more of a, okay, so the mask is coming off. You're going to reveal, like, to yourself and to others exactly who you are. And the more real you become, the more opportunities you will attract. Because it feels like whatever has happened in the past is like you almost have attracted things out of falsehood, if that makes any sense. You haven't really conveyed the real you. I don't know why you felt the need to sort of protect yourself, or be a bit in hiding, or not come out as your full authentic version. I'm not saying that you're shy. I'm not even saying that you're introverted or anything like that. I just feel like you maybe have had a bit of a hard time to let your guard down and fully express who you are. And if this is like, you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed, maybe perhaps this is not even like, for some of you, this could literally be a book that wants to be expressed. Like you have so much to say, and the world would benefit from you just writing this book. But it's also like, with this energy that I'm picking up here now today, it's like you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. It could be that you over time you built so much up inside of you that you haven't expressed. It can be just opinions that you kept to yourself, or things happening to you in the past that you haven't shared with anybody, or ideas, beautiful ideas, maybe thinking maybe they're not going to think that that is a good idea. And so you don't express those ideas and you don't share those ideas. Wow. So it's something about like not sharing everything, like your deepest feelings. It's like that they have kept building up, and it's like now we're at this stage where a whole freaking book is waiting to be expressed. Perhaps not even like information for the world to know, but to just start talking about how you feel and who you are and what your desires are. It's going to be so much more real. It's going to be so much more authentic, and it's going to lead to great opportunities. With this page of Ariel, a page for me is all about turning the page, literally turning the page. And it's interesting when we talk about this book, that you're turning this page in this book, and you're starting over, you're starting fresh. And amongst all these books, you're just longing to express, perhaps not even just a book, but perhaps even a whole library. And the more you express yourself, the more real you become, the more authentic you are, the more the real people, the real versions of people are gonna come back, are gonna be drawn to you. So very interesting, and both of them are Ariels. It's all about the love, and I think this is all about the love for yourself. To start to love yourself, to start to really understand your worth and start to share. Wow. Also the 7, the double 7 there, is protection. It's like the angels are with you, the guides are with you, the higher source is with you. So if you feel like, it's a bit shaky, it's a bit nerve-wracking to start to all of a sudden share certain things about myself, where's that going to land? It's like, you don't have to worry about that because you have the angels with you. So what else do we want to tell Aquarius? Excuse me. That just shot out there. Beautiful. So victory and success is where is what you're headed towards. And I see the sun here again, like you're calling in the sun. It's like, okay, we start at the basis. Like we have a red flag there. It's not a red flag. It's just a flag that has, excuse me, red color, which speaks about laying in your foundation. You're tooting your own horn, so you very much are going it alone, and it's all well and fine. You're being guided though to open up more and to involve more people in your life, in the depth of yourself. And it's number 6, so it speaks about love again. We have two Ariel cards, which is all about the love, and then number 6 is all about the love as well, but it's more like the love for yourself. The 6 is a connection. It's a connection with your inner being. It's a connection with the universe. It's a connection with your intuition. Like call it what you will, God, source. Is that connection, making that connection, and from that standpoint, move your life forward. And this is like calling in the sun in the midst of all that darkness. So I think it has been. Excuse me. I thought this cough was over. Sorry about that. Yeah, you have gone it along quite a bit. And these dark clouds, like it talks about how it has been a bit heavy in the past, but you're going to come out thriving and be in victory, and success is coming in. It's really beautiful. And what is beautiful and what it continues on to talk about is this: when the mask is coming off and you reveal yourself, you just start to talk your truth. Who you are. You're not going to be abandoned or do you say repelled? Repel? Like some people are not going to push you away just because you speak your truth, because you show who you are. In fact, the other way around. Support and opportunities are going to start to come in due to you showing your real authentic version. And it's a blue border, so it speaks about the authenticity, the realness, the true version of you. And then we continue on. Actually, in fact, when I look at it here now, it's a purple border, so it talks about the spiritual growth that you've done. But here in the camera, it looks really blue. It looks blue. So that's what I saw. And so, yes, there's spiritual growth happening, obviously. But it's just so much. And as I talk about it, I start to actually be a bit sore in my throat. So there is something about... And I've had this cold now, or COVID, or what the heck it has been for quite some time now. And not 1 minute of that time have I had any sort of hurt in my throat. So this is just coming on right now. I'm feeling like I'm getting a sore throat. And I'm getting a bit of a lump in my throat. Like I feel... I felt that when I was a kid, and I was like... Maybe you've never experienced this before. Maybe you do experience this as an adult. I did experience this as I was a kid. I just remember it now. The feeling when you cry so much that you actually get a lump in your throat. That's what it feels like. This feels like there's a lump in their throat because you haven't cried in God knows how long. Something needs to be expressed. You need to start to communicate. And if this is something you've been holding in, like you need to tell someone something, you will know immediately what that is about. And I feel like you need to, if you can't, for whatever reason that is really hurting, so I just need to step out of the energy here for a bit. Just shake things up. Okay. If you, like I said, for some reason, if you can't tell somebody what this is all about, write it down. Write it down on a piece of paper so you remove it from your body, because I don't feel like it's healthy for you to, I don't want to scare anybody, but these types of, I don't want to scare anybody, but that's a good start. It's just that you have so much control over it. It really serves you to let go of this, because the more you bundle this up in your body, eventually that turns into sickness. It turns as a sore throat. And if you still don't sort of express yourself, that's going to be worse and worse and worse. You know, it's the body's indication that something is off. And so whatever you need to tell somebody, if you can't write it down, if you can, express it. Say it. It's important. And you don't have to be afraid, because it leads to a really open communication with people. It will lead you to people understanding where you come from. It will give you more opportunities. It will give you more support. It will lead to victory and success. It's like everything and anything you think will happen once you start to express your inner truth, whatever this is about. Or if this really is a book that you want to write, or like you have this book inside of you that is maybe a bit out there, maybe a bit in the spiritual realm, maybe a bit like about whatever this is that maybe is not the typical topic, you know, for the general population. You're a bit scared how that's going to be received. From the look of it and from the feel of it, it's going to be received really well. So you don't have anything to be afraid of. What else do we want to tell Aquarius? It's another 6. So it's such a strong indicator there. It's time to make that connection. To just have that, whether you're seeking it out in meditation, you seek that connection in meditation, you're out in nature, you feel connected, yoga for a lot of people, fishing for a lot of people, that calmness and that just peacefulness when you're just out and you just feel connected to everything. That's all you need. That really is all you need. When you feel that connection on the inner plane, everything else is taken care of. And this is a moving on card. So, and I see this as, okay, it reminds me of this. It's like the same, it's 6-6. It's the same, if we do this, it's even, like we have the dark here in the back, and it's like you're stepping in towards the light. And here we have the dark in the back, and you're calling, like you're calling in the light. It's the same feel, and it's 6-6. You're leaving something behind. You've grown really a lot spiritually, because you have you don't really see that here, but it's a purple cape, a purple coat that you're having on, which talks about your spiritual growth. Your awareness, your consciousness has expanded quite a bit. And this is you just taking, it's so interesting, because today I see this as, you know, when little kids are new to walking, like I have my little 2-year-old boy, so it wasn't too long ago, and then I have my sister's little, she's just turning 1, and she has already learned to walk. And it's those beginning steps that, like, at first you're really hanging on to something, you're holding on to something, and they feel the stability of that, they feel the balance of that, but not understanding that that thing is completely locked down. Like, that thing is completely safe to hold on to because it can't move. But then just as well, they're holding into something which it's not attached to anything, but just because they're holding it, they feel like they're safe, and they start to walk just by holding on to something. And I get this here. It's like you're holding this thing in your hand, and it's like, if you just hold that, you feel more safe to walk. You feel more safe to move forward. And it turns out it's not attached to anything, but you sort of don't know that, or you sort of don't care. As long as you just have this thing, it feels better, and then you dare to move forward. So I don't know if this is a lucky charm that you use, if this is like something that, if in people being superstitious, like having the same socks when they play a game, or they have to have this little thing in a pocket when they, you know, or if this is literally like you're just learning to walk the spiritual walk, and you're hanging on to certain things that helps you to make that move forward. Whatever you need, like, good for you. This is you stepping into the light. You're moving forward here. And it has led you, or will lead you, to spiritual growth. And we already talked about that quite a bit. Like, we have that with this blue border that is also a purple border, with the spiritual growth. And here that you have a coat that is completely purple. And here we have the spiritual strength. Just look at yourself and how much you've grown. It's like unbelievable, the powerhouse that you have with you from source, the type of power that you have with you from source. And I think that you're about to taste it. You're about to step into it. And with the number 9 there, it speaks about endings, like we're stepping out of the old and coming into the new. It also talks about the unconditioned, very much the non-physical, like it's a wish fulfillment coming in. It's a non-physical being around, and it's also the unconditioned, like feeling like we had in the beginning here, feeling that, okay, so we need a bit of patience and planning while we're waiting for the ship to come in. And in the meantime, to just spice it up, do it as best you can, decorate, make everything more beautiful and exciting while you wait for the ship to come in. And the unconditioned talks about that, to feel unconditionally happy, unconditionally in love. Like the very thing that you're waiting on, it doesn't have to come so that you feel happy. Like, and I say this quite often, but like to feel secure even before the money has come in, to feel in love even before the partner has come in, to feel healthy even before the body shows that it actually is. That's the unconditioned. It's so beautiful because we have like a double of everything. It could be a Gemini that you're you're having a Gemini placement here somewhere, or there's a Gemini influence somewhere, because we have 2 of everything here. So we have 2 Ariel coming out, and we have 2 sevens coming out. We started with that, and then we have 2 sixes. So we have two love. We have actually 4 love cards on the table. It's really beautiful. The connection in with yourself now is so important. 2 Ariel, 2 6, 2 7, and then we end on this 9. So I'm gonna move this on into the extended. So if you feel like you resonated with this, like this is your reading, you probably will benefit from the extended reading as well. It's in the link in the description box down below. If it's tough to find, it's the little arrow that sits next to the title, mini arrow. Just click it and a curtain comes down, and it's the first link there. It's a blue link. Just click it and it will take you to the extended. Thank you so much for watching, and have a really beautiful day. Bye guys.